We are in Ireland and we're heading out on a country-wide food tour. We'll start out in Dublin, head to Galway, and then continue on to Connemara and the Ring of Kerry. Come along with us as we try some of Ireland's most popular dishes. We're here at the Temple Bar for our first drink in Dublin, our first drink in Ireland.
We stopped off for a quick beer at the Temple Bar because we had to do it, and it's actually not as crazy of an atmosphere as I thought it might be. Great live music, and for the touristy spot, I actually enjoy it quite a bit.
Well, for lunch, we are heading into the Brazen Head, which is supposed to be Ireland's oldest pub. We decided to get some classic Irish staples. Adam got bangers and mash, and I decided to continue with the Guinness theme today, and I got a Guinness and beef stew. We're hungry. This is our first meal in Ireland, and we're ready to go. Our food has arrived. It looks amazing. It smells great. We're digging right in. Stew came with mashed potatoes on top, big pieces of beef, and carrots in here. Very hearty, rich flavor. Wow. I think I made the right choice. This is absolutely delicious.
Well, I have the Brazen Head Red Ale and a full plate of bangers and mash, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, broccoli. It looks amazing. And by the way, I tried Madeline's Guinness stew. That is so rich in flavor. That is incredible. I'm excited for what I got. I already cut up some bangers here, a little mashed potato. This is the oldest pub in Ireland, serving up some classic Irish dishes, and it is delivering anytime. This is a great way to start our trip here in Ireland.
We had a delicious lunch at the Brazen Head. Now we are heading to the Guinness storehouse. We're doing a tour, and we're gonna get our first taste of Guinness here in Dublin. Well, this is quite the operation. They're going to put our picture in the foam of the beer. Let's see how these turn out.
All right, here we go.
I think it looks like me.
It looks like us. We're gonna drink ourselves.
First Guinness here in Ireland.
Actually, I held up through.
Yeah, I'm still there.
I'm still there.
This is the Guinness Gravity Bar. It's like Club Guinness up in here.
A tremendous day exploring Dublin so far. We're going to head over to dinner to a spot called Matt the Thresher. It's a seafood bar and grill. Ireland, of course, is sitting in the Atlantic Ocean, and they've got some pretty good seafood. This looks like a great spot to grab it over here by St. Stephen's Green, and we're looking forward to dinner. We've just put in our order at Matt the Thresher's, and we're getting a whole host of seafood. We're starting off with a seafood platter. It's got Dublin Bay prawns, oysters, Irish crab meat, and smoked salmon. Also, for dinner, I'm getting the fish special. It's hake. It's going to be served with potatoes and other vegetables. Madeline is getting the prawn linguine, which is served in a spicy cream sauce. The seafood platter has arrived. We've got a couple different types of oysters here. I'm going to hit this one with a little hot sauce. Might be a lot of hot sauce. A little squeeze of lemon. Already popped it. Full disclosure, not the biggest oyster fan. That is a huge oyster. It was also very good.
No, Adam already said we don't really eat oysters very often, but when they're fresh, on a beautiful platter like this, I'm blocking it, you have to go for it. A little bit of Tabasco. This is some crab meat and a little tiny, I'm assuming potato pancake. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're just gonna load it up. And I'm gonna hit it with lemon. Gotta hit it all with a little lemon. That is incredibly fresh.
Well, the last item we have on the seafood platter is the smoked salmon. There's also like a creme fraiche on here. So I'm gonna build myself this little smoked salmon stack here.
All right, you got it. There you go.
There's also caviar right there. So the salmon here, all the smoked salmon we've had since we were in Scotland, now we're in Ireland. It's so good, it's so fresh, and I see why they eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It just goes easy with every meal, and I think the fresh seafood is one thing that's absolutely blown me away being over here. It's just been so tasty, and we've gotten really, really lucky at some of the spots we've gone to, just how great they are at preparing the seafood.
I am so excited for this dish. We've seen it go by several times in anticipation for this. I am so ready. I'm gonna squeeze a little lemon on top. These prawns are absolutely delicious. All the seafood that we've had here has been so fresh, so delicious. The sauce on this pasta is so light.
I got the special tonight. It's hake. It is a beautiful cut of fish served on a bed of greens with some yellow potatoes, and I'm going to just pull a little bit off right there. Gets right. That is pillowy soft, the least fishy fish I think I've ever had. It is just beautiful, pure white fish. Oh. I think we've had 5 or 6 different types of seafood tonight. They're all so fresh, also clean. What a tremendous find here in Dublin. First things first today, we'll be starting off with breakfast at a little neighborhood cafe. They had some menu items that I saw that looked very unique, and I wanted to go try them. We just put in our order at Two Pubs Cafe. I'm getting a breakfast bop. Now, a bop has its origins in Scottish. It's basically a very pillowy soft roll, and you put a bunch of delicious breakfast ingredients in there, and you've got a great sandwich. Madeline is getting Turkish beetroot eggs.
I have no idea what that dish is. Well, here's the aforementioned breakfast Bob sandwich, and honestly, one of the most beautiful breakfast sandwiches I've ever seen. We got the egg on there, we got red peppers, onions, there's a piece of sausage, and chipotle mayo down there. All right, here we go. Look at that. I haven't even tasted it yet, and it already tastes good. Wow. Well, I'm gonna be trying to make this sandwich at home. I don't really know what else to say other than it's an absolute flavor bomb and a great way to start my day here in Dublin.
Here is my Turkish egg breakfast. Absolutely beautiful presentation. We have pickled beetroot, we have beets, we have feta cheese, eggs, and pita. Oh, there is also like a beetroot yogurt on the bottom too. Oh, that's good. It's very good. There's a little bit of heat. There's creaminess from the yogurt on the bottom. Pickled beets. I don't really eat a lot of beets, but these are candied and they're sweet. I think they're pretty good.
We're gonna pop into St. Patrick's Cathedral. We're gonna check out one of Ireland's most famous churches right here in the heart of Dublin. Well, we're here in St. Patrick's Cathedral, and it's quite the beautiful building, and there's also a lot going on.
Very busy. Very busy in here. Lots to see. I feel like they were very skinny people when they made stairs like this.
Or maybe we're just Americans.
I think it looks like Dumbledore's staircase.
A little claustrophobic after our castle yesterday.
By far and away, my favorite part of visiting old churches is the stained glass. I don't even think I could place one piece of stained glass. And it's always amazing how those came together. There's also a really nice park next to St. Patrick's Church. And in the park you get a really good view of the church. I love old architecture and the buttresses and all that on the church. That's what makes it worth coming to for me. I think the best view of the church is from the park.
The park behind St. Patrick's Cathedral is buzzing today, and there are 4 pugs running around, and I think they're hilarious. That was our quick pop in to St. Patrick's Cathedral. We love visiting old churches like that. It just, to take a minute, take it all in, absolutely beautiful. Now we're gonna keep rolling here in Dublin. I think some lunch is in order. For lunch today, we are in the Temple Bar neighborhood and we're heading to Gallagher's Box Tea. They have some great traditional Irish dishes on the menu, and that is exactly what we're here for. We also have not had a box tea yet. I'm excited to try a new way to eat potatoes.
Well, we just put in our order here at Box Tea.
One is getting the Gaelic box tea. That box tea is topped with medallions of Irish filet beef, and it's covered in a sauce that's mushroom, peppercorn, and cream sauce. I'm getting the stew sampler. Now, lamb stew, beef stew with Guinness, and a dish called coddle. Coddle's a dish that's kind of like really comforting on a cold day. Of course, we're here in Dublin, pretty much at the hottest time of year. It's absolutely beautiful outside, but I really wanted to try coddle when I was here because it's a dish I've never seen before. It actually has black pudding sausage in it. Black pudding, of course, is the sausage that's made with blood in it. So I'm looking forward to trying all those stews, and we wanted to come to this spot because we're getting great examples of traditional Irish dishes.
All right, here is the Gaelic box tea. We have beef fillets, we have the beautiful potato pancake beneath it, covered in this mushroom cream sauce. I really haven't eaten a lot of beef on this trip, so I'm pretty excited for that because Irish beef is such a big deal. Beef is cooked perfectly. I'm loving this sauce. I think the box tea is one of my new favorite things. It's just soaking up all this sauce. And it's a whole nother way to eat potatoes.
Well, I have my 3 stews here. I also have 3 pieces of bread. I have beer bread, stout bread, and of course, soda bread, which you've got everywhere here in Ireland. I also have my 3 stews. This is lamb stew, this is the coddle, and this is the beef stew. We're gonna go coddle first because I've never had it before. It has ham in there, and then some black sausage pudding, and I think there are leeks. Kind of looks like a potato soup, maybe a chicken noodle soup. Ooh, the black pudding is definitely a unique flavor. It's not something I'm very familiar with. Next, I'm gonna go with the lamb stew. You can see the slow roasted lamb. You got carrots in there, you got barley. It smells amazing. They have sheep all over this country, and lamb's a very big dish here. That's so savory, and slow roasted lamb. Really, really becoming a dish that I'm enjoying, especially when I'm over here in Ireland. Fresh carrots, barley. Again, talking about hearty right here. It's delivering on that. Final one we got here is the beef stew. It looks a lot like the lamb one. Looks like we got some celery in there, and no barley. It's just a classic flavor. It's just, all 3 of these are just hearty. You can tell there's just a ton of flavor put into these. And I think we're gonna maybe go a little soda bread. Almost like a crouton right there. This feels like Dublin. This feels like Ireland.
A great lunch stop over there at Box Tea's. To have a box tea like that, absolute perfection, exactly what we were looking for. And then to try all those different stews. I mean, as you can tell, it's quite sunny behind me right now. It's kind of a hot day to have a warm soup belly. But that said, they were very good. I will say, if you're adventurous, you never had coddle before, try the coddle. I don't know if it's something I'll be making at home. I haven't fallen in love with the black puddings, the white pudding. I just don't think it's my cup of tea. But part of traveling and exploring new places is trying different foods, and I'm always happy to do so.
We thoroughly enjoyed our lunch, and now we're in the mood for a sweet treat. So we're heading over to the Queen of Tarts for some delicious tea and desserts. Our food tours are never complete unless we have a little dessert.
We've sat down at the Queen of Tarts, and if your television was 40 and you could smell the baked goods in this place, you would be a very happy person right now because it smells absolutely wonderful. It smells like the British baking show is going on in here, I guess, but we're in Ireland, so I guess it'd be the Irish baking show is going on in here. Madeline got a Bailey's chocolate chip cheesecake. If there was ever a dessert invented for Madeline, it was a Bailey chocolate chip cheesecake. I think they're well known for it. It looks absolutely beautiful. I got the Queen Victoria sponge cake. It's got raspberries, strawberries, whipped cream, and it's a light sponge. Again, between the smell of the tea, the smell of these cakes, and the smell of the bakery in here, we're having like a perfect moment here in Dublin. Well, here I go, digging into this Queen Victoria cake. I mean, it's a huge piece of cake. I don't even know where to start, but that looks absolutely delectable. Oh, the whipped cream is so good.
You're hearing bells.
It's the bells of heaven ringing out with love. Just the cake is so fluffy. I love the sauce on there. The sauce? Why am I like
Fruit.
I love this. I love the fruit on there, and this is just the absolute perfect afternoon treat. Pairs perfectly with this tea as well.
Here is my Bailey's chocolate chip cheesecake. Absolutely beautiful. This kind of looks like a golden snitch on top. I know it's not. I think it's like a persimmon or something. I don't know why. That's what I think it is. Let's go in. A little whipped cream. Because it has like a bit of a candy coating on top. Oh my gosh. The cheesecake is so creamy and delicious. And then there's chocolate chips and a like a graham cracker crust. I think that's like the traditional crust, biscuit crust. I love cheesecake. This one's absolutely delicious. It's a perfect setting, perfect little afternoon treat. I don't think I'm gonna share this, although I do want some of this cake. I'm gonna try it. There's a huge piece of cake. On the British baking show, they're always talking about Victoria sponge. Here we are. It's kind of a denser cake, which I like. It holds up really well with the fruit in there. I love it.
Madeline stole some of my cake, so I'm going to steal some of her golden snitch cheesecake. I think the Bailey's is what's on top of it, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. That is a treat right there. Dublin, you're delivering on the flavors big time. Well, a tremendous stop into the Queen of Tarts. Excellent sweet treats, good cup of tea. The next spot we're going to, I think, is actually going to be a whiskey distillery. Follow up some cake with some whiskey.
Well, that was the old library, Book of Kells, the long room at the old library. Definitely worth a visit. A beautiful room, and seeing the Book of Kells, like a piece of art. That's pretty cool. I really enjoyed the harp. I like the old harp. It's thousands, maybe just 1,000 years old. But that'll do it for us here at Trinity College. We're gonna keep exploring. We're gonna go to the distillery now. It was a little steep. It's like 17 or 18 euros to get into there. I don't know if it was quite worth that, but you're here, so it's hard to pass up.
This afternoon, we are heading over to Teeling Whiskey Distillery. It's right around the corner from our hotel. We're gonna pop in, check out their bar for some whiskey cocktails.
Teeling actually opened in 2015, so for a distillery it's pretty young, and I believe it was the first distillery to be opened in Dublin in 125 years. And of course, a lot of times with whiskey, you get kind of the aged whiskey. If you do the math there, they don't have an 8-year whiskey, they don't have a 16-year whiskey, they certainly don't have a 25-year whiskey. So a lot of their whiskeys now are young, but they're also starting to get old enough to where they actually have those older whiskeys, so that'll be interesting to see.
Well, we've gotten our drinks here at Teeling Distillery, the Bang Bang Bar, and I just love that this is a new distillery. Really funky, cool decor in here. They've got some cool sitting areas, and I've got what they call the new fashion. They're definitely leaning into the fact that there's a new kid on the block. By the way, the block is totally under development. It's like all new apartments and condos. It's very cool to see. If you come here in 5 years, it'll be a totally different neighborhood. And I've seen this happen a lot, where a cool distillery or craft brewery goes into a part of town and the whole part of town gets redeveloped. And I think that's awesome. That's a good drink too.
We have enjoyed our fair share of distilleries, both in Scotland and here in Ireland. And this is my actual first whiskey cocktail. Everywhere else we've gone, I just drank it straight, but this here is a blood orange smash. Very refreshing because it has been a very hot day here in Dublin. We've enjoyed it thoroughly, and it was kind of cold at the start of our Ireland trip, and these last few days it has been like 80 degrees and sunny and beautiful. It's kind of hard to leave that nice weather.
Fun stop in this Teeling's Distillery. Definitely a place to check out if you're here in Dublin. And it's very walkable from a lot of these city center attractions, which was also nice. Now we're gonna head over to dinner. I'm excited about the spot we have picked out. It's got kind of an interesting story behind it, and I think that always adds to dinner. Tonight we're going to dinner at a pub called Darky Kelly's. The interesting story behind it is that Darky Kelly was basically killed for practicing witchcraft. But then it was found out that she didn't actually practice witchcraft. But she also ran a brothel, and they found dead bodies underneath the brothel. And so she might have been Ireland's first serial killer, or Dublin's first serial killer. So, interesting story to name a bar after someone like that. But it's a local pub. We're looking forward to going. They should have live music. And we, believe it or not, are hungry.
We've sat down at Darky Kelly's. I absolutely love this place. The aesthetic, it seems local, which is what we've been looking for. And this pub, already off to a great start. We got our beers. I got a local,
red ale, Madeline.
As far as I know, it would have only lasted for 5 years.
It's Guinness. I guess I thought there'd be a logo on there, but it's not. I'm getting a pub favorite over here in the Ireland and British Isles, which is chicken curry. This is a green chicken curry. I haven't seen that, although I'm sure it's more common than I'm guessing, but I absolutely love chicken curry, and I couldn't leave without getting it one last time. Madeline is getting fish and chips because she absolutely loves fish and chips, so we're getting our favorite meals that we've had over here for our last meal. Also, Darky Kelly's has live music, I think, most nights of the week, and they've got some bands starting later this evening. So we're looking forward to taking in the live music. I think it's one of those where everyone brings their instrument and they just play songs they know, which that's really what we've been looking forward to seeing. So hopefully that's what it is.
How to begin here. This may be the biggest piece of fish I've ever seen in my life. Wow. They're not skimping on the portions tonight. Part of me wants to pick this up and eat it in one piece, but I'm not going to do that.
I think you should.
All right, challenge accepted. All right. We'll go from this end here.
Because her friends are still renting.
This is silly. This is so
She
silly.
was renting. See, she didn't bother. She was renting all along. The last thing she was paying $1,200.
Fresh fish, deliciously crispy.
And you know what I think? I think that
I think I'm gonna need some help to finish this, but absolutely delicious. I cannot think of a better last meal here tonight in Dublin. A giant piece of fish, a bunch of chips here. We got mushy peas. We got house-made tartar sauce.
Well, this is my dish. It's the green chicken curry. It's absolutely beautiful, and it smells amazing as well. And a lot of times the pub curries that you see over here, you have like a yellow, orange, brownish sauce on top. This is the first time I've seen green chicken curry. And I'm just going to go right in. We've got bell peppers, chicken, looks like zucchini, onions.
A lot of veggies.
Yeah, a lot of veggies. We're just sitting here in this sauce. We'll just get that fully loaded bite. That is temperature hot, but it's also got some nice heat from the curry as well. I enjoy this dish, and honestly, it's a lot of comfort food, and that's what we've had a lot over here in Ireland, is a lot of comfort food. The food here in Ireland just kind of wraps you up in a big old hug, and it makes you love this country, and that's what we've enjoyed about every meal that we've had here. Well, our food has been cleared, and the band is about to start. We're going to stick around and listen to a little bit of music, and as far as pub atmospheres go, it's one of the best ones we've found in Dublin.
Hollywood 17 that he could over. Written up.
We're here in Galway and we're gonna do a little food tour. We're starting off at McSwiggan's, classic Irish pub.
Put in our order here at McSwiggan's Tavern, and this pub is classic Irish, and we just wanted a little place that had some classic food. I got the Connemara lamb stew. It's one of the dishes that I wanted to try when I was here in Ireland, the lamb stew. It's a very classic, popular Irish dish. Madeline's going a little lighter. She's getting the seafood chowder, and I'm ready for our food to come out. Well, our food just arrived here at McSwiggan. I got the Connemara lamb stew. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's served in this giant bowl. We've got the new potatoes, the carrots, the barley, and this lamb, which has just been soaking in this juice, and we're just gonna go in right here for this first bite. Look at that. When your food's dripping, that's flavor. That's the most tender lamb I've ever had. It is so good. These potatoes have just sat here and soaked in this juice. They're pillowy soft, and this is a very good way to start our food tour here in Galway.
I'm gonna go in on the lamb stew. We've seen a lot of sheep. I feel a little bit guilty eating one. I got a classic seafood chowder full of huge pieces of salmon. Very good. We've seen it on many menus since we've been over here, but this is the first time I've actually had it. It's very good. Very creamy. And I went light. I mean, I guess chowder's not exactly light, but since we're heading out on a food tour, I was taking it easy on this first course.
Right now we are at Ember Firehouse right here on Quay Street, pretty much in the heart of Galway, and we are about to get a chicken flatbread. Now, we don't really know what kind of cuisine this spot serves. I think they take their inspiration from a lot of different places. They use local meats, local ingredients, and some other people around us have gotten their chicken dishes. They mainly do chicken, but they also have some lamb and some veggie options. The food looks great, and sitting outside here in Ireland on a really nice day, I think this is gonna be a fun one.
The dish we ordered is called the Hot One. It has chicken, red chilies, pickled cabbage, and peri-peri sauce, and then house crack. We're trying to figure out what house crack is. It may be seasoning, it may be a hot sauce. I'm looking forward to coming out. I'm assuming it's gonna be a little bit spicy because it is called the Hot One. All right, the Hot One has arrived. We found out that crack is in fact their house seasoning, and it is a good thing. Let's see, we're just gonna kind of roll it up here and go for it. Kind of like a pita or a burrito or taco. Oh yeah. That is very good. That seasoning is amazing. It's not very spicy.
The juice is right out of there.
Oh, look at that. Lettuce, red cabbage, kind of helps just balance out the really flavorful meat. It's packed, and it's packed with flavor.
All right, my first bite here of the Hot One. Wow, this is one heck of a flatbread. It's absolutely gigantic. Talk about street food. We are on the street eating food. Really good sauces, and honestly, the chicken's great, and it's kind of great to eat chicken because what we found in Europe is a lot of pork, a lot of beef. Chicken and turkey are less often seen on the menu, and to get a big heaping pile of chicken is kind of needed at this point in our 2-week venture over here.
It's kind of a treat. Chicken is a treat.
Well, the flatbread is falling apart quickly under the weight of all the toppings on there, but I found that if you tear a little part, build yourself a mini pita, that works pretty well. You can also see the sauce on there. That's really good.
It's very colorful.
It's a very colorful dish on a very colorful street. Well, a fun stop into the Ember Firehouse. Tasty stop as well. We enjoyed the chicken flatbread there, and we're gonna keep rolling here in Galway. I think we're gonna go find a sweet treat.
Well, we stopped in at Goya's Bakery and Cafe, and we got this Rocky Road. I'm not even sure what it is. It's kind of like a fudge,
Like a
cake?
Rice Krispie treat almost.
fudge cake Rice Krispie treat, and it's got, I believe, marshmallows and graham crackers in there, which would make it more like a s'more. But let's try it. Oh,
Crack a tooth.
well, there's nuts in there. This is incredibly sweet. We've not lacked for sweet treats here, but a lot of their sweets are not overly sweet. This one is, although I'm enjoying it.
So there are biscuits in there, which are
Biscuits.
cookies,
That makes sense.
basically. That was the biscuits. This is very, very delicious. I'm gonna go in for another bite. Yeah. So, marshmallows, biscuits, chocolate. This is decadent and delicious. You can see all the different layers in there. Woo, that's good.
Well, for dinner, Madeline and I are going to go to a spot called the Dough Bros. We've had a lot of classic Irish dishes on this trip, and so tonight we're kind of branching out and going to popular local spots, and this pizza place is very popular. So the Dough Bros have a pretty cool story. They started out as a street stall, then they went to a pop-up location, and now they have this full restaurant. It's awesome in here. It's brightly colored. They got plenty of space. They got a line out the door, and that's all happened in a decade. And I just love seeing stories like that of people who get kind of like a food truck, and then they work hard, and they've got a awesome business going. And now they even have their own beer. That's how you know you made it, when you got your own beer.
The Dough Brews.
The Dough Brews, New World IPA. So we're excited for our pizza to come out. It's a margarita pizza with andouille sausage and candied jalapenos that's drizzled with hot honey. Never had that combination before, and we're watching the pizzas go in the oven. You know we're ready for that to come out.
They had me at hot honey. Take, ooh, it is hot, fresh from the oven. Saw them making these pizzas. Ooh. Delicious. I am loving the candied jalapeno. It's like a little sweet, a little spicy, but super thin crust. Hot and fresh. Ooh, I'm loving that. We haven't had a lot of spicy food since we've been over here, and this is really hitting the spot right now.
I'm gonna finish Madeline's slice here. That is excellent pizza. Very thin crust, but a great crust. Good sauce. Love the andouille sausage. Let's get this candied jalapeno right here.
I love that.
Yeah, I see why this place is popular. Really good pizza. Ireland knows how to do pizza.
Galway is a pretty busy town today, but it's a young town, it's a college town, and live music is a huge deal here. So we're heading out to a bar called T. Coley's, and they have live music tonight. We actually had a server in Edinburgh who told us, oh, you're going out in Galway, you have to head over to T. Coley's. So this was a recommendation from someone over here. And like I said, young town, busy town, we're here on a Saturday. So people are out and about having fun.
Lots of shopping going on, lots of pubs are very busy. So we're looking forward to hitting up a little nightlife.
Well, a tremendous time in Galway, eating and drinking our way across this city. Enjoyed the live music, we enjoyed the food. Next time we're in Ireland, we'll be back.
We're having a quick breakfast here this morning before we head out to our first destination, which is going to be Kilmore Abbey. Well, we're having breakfast here this morning at the Ballynahinch Castle. They have a beautiful breakfast buffet over there. A little overwhelmed by all the options, but I went for a scone. They have a beautiful cheese spread, and then I just got a little bit of fruit and granola because I'm also getting porridge. So, starting out with a huge breakfast, but everything looked so good. We also have a beautiful river view here for breakfast, right from our table.
I'm starting off a little bit heartier. I've got my buffet plate over here of gammon, cheese, fruit, and then also an eggs Florentine with poached eggs on top. These might be the best poached eggs I've seen since I got over here. I'm gonna go ahead and do both of them. Just look at that. Of all the breakfast foods, I think Eggs Benedict is the most dramatic.
It's messy too. We are here
In Clifton.
in Clifton.
Cute little town.
Very cute, really lively. There's music, there's little shops, and we are heading to find some lunch.
Well, for lunch we are in Clifton, and we are stopping in at a little seafood spot for a light lunch called Mitchell's. For lunch, Madeline and I are splitting an open-faced sandwich. We got half a salmon, half a prawn sandwich, and Madeline's going with the prawns. I'm going with the smoked salmon. All the salmon over here has been absolutely beautiful, and I think this is no exception to that rule. We think it's being served on Irish soda bread. You got some Dijon mustard on there, smoked salmon, and capers. And that's a nice light lunch before we go off and head to a delicious dinner tonight. Well, a tasty light lunch over at Mitchell's, and now we're gonna head next door and grab a drink at a bar that has a snug. So one of the things I really wanted to do when I was in Ireland was go inside a snug. I'm doing that right now. Well, I got my beer here, sitting outside of Tom King's Bar and Snug. I love the interior there, especially the snug room. Of course, the snugs were called snugs because they're small rooms, and they'd have frosted glass, and you pay more to drink in there because you can have your own private room. And in really olden times, people would go in there and they'd arrange their marriages and how much, lambs and everything would be traded for the marriage. But for us, we just got a beer, and it's a beautiful day, tasty beer, Ireland. What more could you want? Well, right there, the Fisherman's Bar, Skellig Restaurant. Right there, the boats, they go out to Skellig Michael. Already did the boats. Now we're gonna have dinner right here. As you've heard me say 1,000 times, picture perfect day here in Ireland. So we're gonna sit outside, and I have been holding off on ordering fish and chips because I wanted to do it by the sea. And tonight is the night that the fish and chips happen. So let's go.
Well, we put in our order here at the Skellig restaurant. I'm getting fish and chips. Madeline's getting sizzling prawns. Those are prawns that will be sauteed in a sweet chili sauce. We're by the ocean. This will probably be our last seafood meal, but we think it's gonna be a good one. Well, my fish and chips has finally arrived right here by the ocean, and we're gonna go a little malt vinegar right on top of it. And we're just gonna pick up the whole piece, go right in. It's just better by the water. They know how to do it because they've been doing it for years, and I'm glad I waited to get fish and chips until we were right here by the ocean.
These are my sizzling prawns. We've had prawns a couple of different ways since we've been over here, but this is the first time it's being served like this in a chili oil sauce. Oh, that's good. That's good. A little bit spicy, fresh fish.
So good.
I think this would be really, really good on top of pasta. This sauce here would be like the perfect pasta sauce. I wish I had some noodles. I do have some carbs.
Yeah.
Got some bread.
So good.
Oh man.
Well, a fun stop in to Skellig restaurant here in Port Magee. That'll probably be our last seafood meal here in Ireland as we're moving away from the coast, but we've had really tremendous seafood here, and if you're coming to Ireland, you gotta get some seafood because it's very, very good.
We're grabbing lunch here at the Muck Ross House Garden Restaurant. They actually had a hot buffet line, and you had a grab and go, like little sandwiches and stuff. We went with the hot food. It kind of looked good. So I also found a dish I've been looking for all throughout Ireland. I think I may have seen it on the menu or two, but I didn't order it. And that's shepherd's pie. It's one of the last dishes that I haven't had while I'm over here in Ireland. So we're just gonna dig in. These are mashed potatoes on top. Just delicious ground meat, gravy. Maybe a little hot in Ireland today to eat this dish, but looks good. In terms of eating in national parks, this is high level. In the United States, we would not get food this good in a national park, although there are some good spots. I don't want to be too mean, but this is very good shepherd's pie. And it's not just you get shepherd's pie here. You get a scoop of mashed potatoes, you get a potato, peas, carrots. This is a full meal.
Here's some chicken tikka over some rice. We worked up a hunger out on the trail. So I'm just gonna take a big bite. All right, that's pretty tasty. It's busy. There's a pretty long line there, but smooth operation because people are filing in and out. This is a huge plate of food, but like I said, we worked up a hunger. I got mashed potatoes, I got roasted potatoes, I got all kinds of veggies, rice and chicken. This is the tasty fuel we need to get back out there and explore some more.
Well, a nice stop here for lunch at the Muck Ross House Garden Center restaurant. Beautiful garden out back. Madeline has informed me she wants an English garden. It's not what that is, but it's similar. And I have to say, if I could have afternoon tea in it every day, I think I'll figure out a way to make that happen.
More of our food adventures, click right here. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.